Okay, good morning, folks. What I'm going to do first is do a little bit of a review, some Venn diagram stuff, and hopefully that helps. So we'll take a look, just how to read things. So if we kind of take a look at these, let's zoom in a little bit so we can see them. We're looking at this. This says A union B. So A union B, that's what the U means. It means or. It means anything that's in the circles. So if this had just been A union B, it would have been anything in the circles. But the little c means complement. So basically what it's saying is not that. So not anything in the circle. So this one right here would give me everything outside of the circle. So this would be the neither nor kind of stuff. So if we're doing the evil eyebrow and the taco tongue, these would be the people who can't do anything. Next one, slightly different. So this one right here says not A. So if you think about not A, anything that's not A is going to be the stuff not in the circle. So theoretically, all of this stuff in B, this little crescent of B in the box outside is going to be our not A. And then it says B. Well, B is this circle, the whole circle, including this overlap. This little thing says intersection. So it's saying, where would not A intersect with B? There's only one place where not A would intersect with B, where they have something in common. And that would be this little bit right here. That'd be this little bit right here. All of the stuff that's in B, but not in A. Because this is in B, good. This is also not in A. Now the next one says the union of the two. So it's the same idea. It's the union of the two. So it's saying what do they have all together? So in this case, since they have this in common, right? They also have this, all this. So the union says, let's put it all together. The intersection says, what do they share? So the difference between those two is the first one, letter B up there says, what is it they share in common? This one says, what do they have together, all together? This one says, not A intersect not B. Well, okay, let's do first, not A. Not A is anything in this B circle plus anything outside. So all of this is not A. All this box out here and all this little chunk of the crescent part of B is not A. And then for not B, it's everything in the crescent and A and everything outside. So basically what this is saying is, what is the intersection of those two? What is it that they both have? In this case, they both have outside box. And if you look at this, these two right here are the same thing. Same thing. These are basically saying the same thing. So let me show you how these two look, how they can be the same. So what I want you to do is I want you to kind of get your brain kind of thinking of the distributive property. Think about that complement. If we distribute it inside to all three pieces, the A, if I share it inside, becomes not A. The B becomes not B. The union changes over into an intersection. So that's what that one is. So again, we're just going to keep going through the Venn diagram stuff. This is saying what is not the intersection of A and B. This right here in the middle is the intersection of A and B. What is not that? What is not that is everything else. Everything that is not in that little shared bit in the middle. So all of this right here is going to be our A intersect B, not the complement. We do the union of not A and not B. If you think about our little distributive property, we share that inside. A becomes not A, intersection becomes union, B becomes not B. These two are exactly the same. So this one is going to be the exact same as the one I just did. So this is going to be this. So there we go. That's not this going to be everything we got outside here. So okay. Last two are A's union with not B. So again, A is the circle, the whole circle. Not B is going to be all of this, but also all of the box on the outside, because anything that's not B, this chunk right here of A is not B. This whole box outside is not B. Since this is saying union, what we're going to do is we're going to take the union of the two. Like, what do they have together? Not what they share in common, but what do they have? We pile it all together. So if we pile it all together, it gives me all of A. And it gives me all of the not B stuff. And all of the not B stuff is going to be this. So what ends up happening is it's everything but that little chunk that would be B. And then last one, not B. Not B is basically anything not in the B circle. It's going to be this. It's going to be anything that's not in the B circle. So all of this stuff right here. So that's going to be our not B. So hopefully, again, that's just a way to kind of get your head around what Venn diagrams are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of create another video and we'll talk about some of the other problems.